Alright guys, it's the first time I ever went live on Facebook, but I'm mushroom hunting. I'm going to show you some mushrooms. Flip this camera around here and let's have fun. Just hopped into the woods up here at Pinicon Ridge Park, one of my favorite spots. Can you see them yet? The big yellows are out. A lot of people think they're done, which I like to hear that because this is what I see. One there. And one there. See that? Let's see if I can see any more in this spot. Typically right here I only find a couple tried and true. Where I was heading is just right up there. I don't know if you can see that tree up there. It's one of my favorite trees to head toward. So I usually walk up the hill, start heading toward that tree, and I can pick them as I go. Well, let's go on the adventure and see. You know, when you're mushroom hunting, what you want to look for, what I typically look for, is a tree like that. The bark is kind of peeling off. If you're not familiar with an area, that's what I go in the woods and look for. And I walk toward is a tree like that. Then you start looking around that base of the tree and kind of go out from there. See if you can find any more in this area. Typically I do, unless someone's been in here. It's one of the things about hunting on public land is that I'm not the only person that's hunting it. And I don't see any more at the moment. Nothing's catching my eye. Let's go over here. Sometimes I'll find them down in this little ravine. Nothing's popping up at me. And if you watched my videos before, I kind of walk through the woods kind of fast. Especially when they're this size, guys. I mean, these are good sized mushrooms. If you can't see those, I mean, you got to be blind. So I'm not going to spend, you know, an hour in one little area and never find any. So I kind of cruise through pretty quickly. And when one catches my eye, I will stop and then I'll search. But I'm going to head back to the area where I found 5 pounds last Monday, and they should be up in there. A lot of times you can keep going back to the same spot that year and you'll keep finding them. Let's go this way. Not really planning on hunting too long this morning. I'm just hopped out the school bus. Lily is at home sick. Poor little girl has something wrong with her. So I figure I would hopefully brighten up her morning and bring her some mushrooms. And hopefully that makes her a little bit happier. Alright, see that tree right there? You know, when you're walking in the woods, that's something you would want to look for. Walk towards something like that if you're not too experienced in trying to find mushrooms, then just start looking around. The grass is kind of high, weeds are high, so you gotta look pretty good sometimes, but nothing. I'm trying to find a tree that I think it's right there where I found them. Found the 5 pounds on Monday. See if they're still up around it. You know, as everything gets more greener, sometimes it's hard to. And I don't like to mark my spots, so I don't want. I don't want nobody else to, hey, there's a marker. And come and get all the mushrooms. So therefore, you gotta leave it to memory. And on last Monday was first time I found them under this tree, so and nothing so far. Let me get oriented here. Thought I saw one. Nope. Well, sometimes folks, you get skunked. I've heard people say they can smell mushrooms, and which I always thought was kind of funny. But I gotta say, a couple years ago, I had that situation happen to me. Swear to God, I smelled mushrooms. Started looking around, and I sure did find some. So I think, you know, something like that may be true, but you know, who knows? Usually I find a lot of deer up in here, but talking on this thing today is not going to happen. I can tell you that much. I honestly think I should get off the top of the hill. I'm on the top of a hill. It's pretty late in the season for top of the hill. Typically, as your mushroom season goes on, especially for the big yellows, they're going to be down the side of the hill, more on the down toward the bottom where it's more wet. Is where I find a lot of them at. All right, let's head down the hill here. We have a couple spots that we always love to check, but this year I noticed a tree fell down, and so far, for whatever reason, the spot has not produced a mushroom at all. And we've hunted the area. We actually call it Becky's spot. She loves it hunting there. She always finds something. But I don't know if she's been out here yet. But I told her, I said the tree fell down, and I haven't seen anything around it this year. So, who knows? Let's check this area here real quick. I found them in here before. Nothing's catching my eye. See, this is how I hunt, guys. I hunt pretty quick. I don't like to waste too much time. And am I missing some? Probably. but I don't feel like wasting a whole day in one little area, because I may never find them. So I'll keep checking my spots, my areas where I found them before. You know, sometimes you'll find them in a different area going to your spot. And typically that's always the case. But beautiful morning out. They're talking rain possibly later on, which will be excellent for these mushrooms. A little bit of moisture will make these big boys really come out. So as I'm walking in the woods, you'll see all these down trees here. A lot of times the really dead stuff I don't focus too much on. Like that tree right there, I think is too dead. I'll show you what I'm talking about. You can tell it's been dead for quite a while. So it's typically not a tree I'll spend time around looking. That tree right there is Becky's tree. And you usually always find mushrooms around this thing. But I don't know. Go around this way. Oh, mushroom. Every time I see a mushroom, I stop dead in my tracks. And the reason is they hide so well. And this is how I hunt. I walk really fast. I say it's fast. But I walk until something catches my eye. Lo and behold, I got one right in the bottom of the weeds. So right here is where my feet are. So I'm going to walk very carefully because I don't want to step on anything. And I'll walk toward the shroom and I'll show you where it's at. And then I'm going to grab a stick. I keep forgetting my mushroom walking stick at home. So today I actually don't have any. But alright, I'm not going to step on any. So I'll come down here, I'll show you where the mushroom was. And it just caught my eye. Here, I'll show you. Coming to a close-up. Right there, guys. That's what you're looking for. Good old mushrooms. So from there, set these guys down. I still haven't got a bag out yet, but actually they need some moisture. See how it's brown down here, getting really dry, the base. So I think if we get some rain, it's gonna really help. But he's like, you know, yesterday would have been a good day to pick this guy. And that's just a little bit of mold. Won't hurt you. Wash it off, cut it off, whatever you need to do. Still fry it up, eat it. This right here is heaven. Alright. Let me see. I need to take my backpack off. I get to my bags. They say that, here, let me put the phone on. They say that you should use a mesh bag. And the reason they say that is so your pores from your mushrooms can spread throughout the forest. I would love to do that, and I have nothing against that. I just don't have one. Never had a mesh bag. I don't know why. I never picked one up. I just never have. So, therefore, I use a plastic bag. It works. So, with that said, they're in the plastic bag. Put my backpack back on. Let's search this area better. I don't see anything at the moment either. This guy was kind of hidden underneath a log. Just caught my eye. Let's turn this camera around. Back. Finding some mushrooms. And like I said, if you had all day to search every square inch of this hill, I'm sure you'd probably find a ton. But I don't have all day. And nor do I want to spend all day trying to find, you know, a pound of mushrooms or what have you. I love them, but I don't love them that much. So I will go through. I want to sell in an area too. And I'm still not into the sweet spot where I typically find them. It's kind of off the beaten path. I need to find a good stick, which I don't have at the moment. But at least Becky's spot did produce. Even if I only get one out of there, which I'm sure I'm going to find more than one, hopefully. But the weeds are so high, you gotta really keep your eyes peeled, because it'd be super easy to miss. Give me a bearing straight. I need to head back that way actually. Let's go around this tree here. See if anything catches my eye real quick. Now that's the benefit I have of driving school buses. You guys are all working and I get to come out here and there's not anybody in sight. Literally, there's the trail. I'm that close to the trail is right there, the walking trail. Right off the beaten path. Anybody, you would think everybody would have this whole area scoured, and they probably do. That's probably why I'm not finding a lot right at the moment. Where are you, mushrooms? Where are you, mushrooms? Guys, I don't see anything more at the moment. A lot of times I like to go up a hill rather than down a hill. For whatever reason, it's easier for me to spot mushrooms looking up the hill than down a hill. And honestly, I don't know why that is. It's just something I prefer to do. Well, at least Lily, at the moment, will have a couple mushrooms to eat. So hopefully that'll make her happy. Alright, let me head down this way. And I literally have it's a little trail that I do a loop on when I don't want to spend a lot of time in the woods and just want to do a real quick search. You know, a lot of times I'm in and out of the woods in like 40-45 minutes. Last Monday, I think I was out of the woods in 40 minutes with 5 pounds. And, you know, it's probably a day like this. If it rains, tomorrow will be a real good day to get out and look. Because they're going to be out. No questions asked there. Let me walk over this way real quick. There gotta be more here. I'm just missing them. Of course, I'm not as excited today finding mushrooms as I was last Monday. Of course, last Monday was my first find. And that's always exciting. I don't care who you are. If you don't find that exciting, then there is something wrong, that is for sure. Or you just really don't like mushrooms. I had a friend that bought some. Okay, here's a tree, folks. Right straight ahead. This one right here. That's a tree when you're out in the woods that you want to walk toward. If you're new at mushroom hunting, this is, and you want to have some luck at finding mushrooms, walk toward trees like this every single time, and this is how you're going to start finding mushrooms. And it's an elm. It's a dying elm. Actually, a friend of mine, Sheldon King, he's the one that kind of taught me that trick. He's like, dude, walk toward trees that are, you know, the bark is just peeling like that. And this guy actually is a little bit more dead than I thought. I couldn't tell until I got up on him. But regardless, look for trees like that with bark peeling off. You'll have pretty good luck. You will find them eventually. And, you know, finding mushrooms is a hit and miss anyways. I don't know if there's a real science to it or not. But this is what you want to look at. Is trees like this. And you want to look on the downside of the tree, going down the hill. And typically you'll find them good. I've walked toward trees like this, from the bottom of the hill going up to it, and I'll find mushrooms all the way up, leading up to it. And there is none on this hill, none on this tree at all. And a tree like this, guys, see, I think it's too dead. This elm here. I mean, the bark's all gone. There's no leaves on it. And of course, there is no mushrooms around this tree. Well, kind of heading this pile of dead wood here. You never know, you get lucky sometimes. And a lot of times we'll find a patch of mushrooms in a spot that you would never think that they would ever be there, and lo and behold, there's more. I thought I saw one. Nope. And then your eyes start playing tricks with you too. That's always fun. You know, the leaves start to look like mushrooms. And you go walking toward one, like, ah, darn, that's not a mushroom, it's a darn leaf. All right. I head over this way. I like to go down this little gully here and pop up back on the other side. Usually we'll find some up there. I've never found a lot, but honestly today I haven't found. I got